Hi everybody, my name is Cheryl Forehand. I'm from the JCA. I'm a group exercise instructor as well as a Pilates instructor. Today we're going to do a mat workout with a little more emphasis through the core, even though the majority of the mat work is core focused. We'll have some more movement of those abdominals. So we're going to start with a band. I have a long band that I'm going to fold in half to start with our warm-up. And we also have a small ball. If you don't have a ball, you don't have a band, you certainly don't need them to do the workout. These are just nice little toys to kind of add a second, third dimension to what you do. So starting with your feet lined up like they're even railroad tracks, relax the shoulders back. Take and find just a place where you might have just a slight little tension, and the palms are going to aim behind you. You should have space between your arm and your body. Take a breath and roll those shoulders up and let those shoulder blades glide over your ribs. And let them glide. As you do this, take notice that the ribs are not arching or moving separately. They're actually very quiet. You're simply moving your shoulder blades and adding your breath. One more time, and let's hold that. Take the arms right out in front of you at an angle and lower back down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We'll take them up just a little more to here, about eye gaze level today, and that keeps us in the scapula glenohumeral joint working before we get into a higher reach. Good, there you go. Just to about the eyebrows. And one more time. And lovely. Now bring that and pull back. Let's see how our necks feel. Turn to your left. Breathe as you turn to the right. Head back to the center. Arms come up to the eyebrows. And bring them back up with just a little pull at the thigh. Turn to your right. Breathe to your left. Head to the center. Up to the eyebrows. Exhale, just a gentle pull back. Turn to your left. Breathe to your right. Head to the center. And one last time. And exhale, gentle pull back. Turn to your right. Turn to your left. Head to the center. And just relax. We're going to start at the end. We're going to take our bands. We're going to roll our body down and let those bands just rest at the floor. Scoop in, tuck the pelvis, and slowly stack up your spine. Keeping the tuck of the pelvis, as you feel the roundness in the low back, the upper back can join. Coming back up just part of the way. So this is sort of like doing a hamstring one exercise on one of the Pilates equipment. So we're just letting those arms reach. We're keeping the tuck in the pelvis. One more time. And stack it up one vertebrae up at a time and roll those shoulders back. Now we will transition down to the mat. So taking the arms in front, drop your chin, find the tuck of the pelvis first. That supports the back. It prepares you for your articulation. Down, arms resting. If you can find the floor, great, without hyperextension. Bend the knees and come down to the mat. You now have your band. Take your band in front of you and tuck the pelvis and lay all the way down. And wherever your ball is, we're just going to put it to the side so it's close by when we need it. Taking that band up into the hands, keeping them again wider than the shoulders. Feel the scapula down. Lift one leg up and lower. Lift one and lower. So I'm taking the arms out of the work as we find neutral spine. Keep our ribs quiet. Feel the back ribs against the mat, not moving. And simply marching. Breathe. And breathe. Now park each leg up into a tabletop position and we're going to march in the other direction. Are you engaged in the back shoulder blade? Pulling them down as you gently pull on the band. Remember, you're not pulling, you're gently tugging. Drop one, and breathe, and breathe, and breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Last two sets. And drop a foot, hold it, keeping the arms there. Let's lift our hips straight up. Find the reach of the knees and articulate down. So how do we articulate? Start to exhale, draw the front ribs together. As the front ribs draw together, feel the back ribs reach the mat first. Then slowly drape the other vertebrae, the bottom thoracic and then the lumbar. And once you get to about the waist, then gently lay out the pelvis. Check in, what's happening up here? Did you go slack? Did you pull more? See if you can maintain that light tension, feeling it underneath the back of the armpit as your shoulder blades are anchored. Lift up your hips, take a breath. Exhale, articulate down one vertebrae at a time, really opening up that spine today. And lengthen out your pelvis. Lift straight up, reach the knees away. Exhale, flat back bridging is great for back strength, and articulate down. Lift up. If you're not allowed to articulate down, just do flat back bridging. But keep this energy here in the back of the armpits. One more time, lift and exhale all the way down. The arms are starting to fatigue, I hope, just a bit. Lower the arms, let them rest. Let that band rest, let the legs come up one at a time. Arms come up to the ceiling. See if you can engage in that same place where you had the band. Lift head, neck, and shoulder, have curl. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, curl. Let your eye gaze rest on the knees, not the belly. You want to protect that neck, but you also don't want the neck making you think that you're curling, because the neck can get you to think you are. And exhale. And one more time. And exhale. So we're going to come down, take the band wide. We're going to use this for the 100 today. And again, if you don't have it, no problem, you can still do the 100. Take a breath in, curl up, extend the legs or bend the knees. If you need to, you would be here as you pump the arms. Exhale, so I'm pumping. Inhale and exhale. Inhale 5, exhale. Exhale. Notice the wrist stays straight. You're adding just a little pump, barely touching the thigh, knowing how far the arms are going. Find the connection in the scapula. See if you can get a little deeper in your transverse abdominals. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 2 more sets. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one and hold. Bring the arms up, bend the knees in, drop the feet, and lower the head. Take your legs all the way out, zip up the legs, flex the feet, rolling up, lift the head, exhale, tuck that pelvis so you can get yourself up, rolling, 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 reaching the band towards the ankles, curl back, keep your head dropped, keep the pelvis tucked, come down, reach up and back. Now, if you want to take the arms a little further back, you should be able to with the ribs staying onto the mat. If not, then just let the arms go where your ribs and torso are nice and quiet. 2 more. Lift up. Exhale. Blow that air out. Let the band go. 1 more time. And come down. And last one, exhale, come all the way up. We're going to take the band, unwrap it, and finding the flat portion of the band around the sole of the foot where our toes are free. No choking. You want to keep a nice tension on the band and the feet are flexed. We can have a little tension when we bend the elbows, but it's not a choke up from the shoulders. So from here, tuck the pelvis, unwind the elbows, hold it. Exhale, come back in. It's a soft bend of the elbows, not a pull. Tuck the pelvis, unwind the arms lightly. Exhale, come back up. We're going to add some arm work today to accentuate the deep core muscles. And from here, bend and bicep curls. And exhale. Keep the tuck of the pelvis. And breathe. Exhale in. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it. Tuck the pelvis. Round yourself up and over that belly and come all the way up. You're now going to cross the band. Have the arms palms down and then slightly tilt so the thumb is aiming towards the ceiling. Tuck the pelvis. Come back to where your range is and where you feel comfortable and pull away. Come in. So you're feeling the back of the arm to the pinky, ensuring the wrists aren't pulling, but that the back, where you warmed up, underneath the back of the armpit, is doing that work. The serratus. Let's get that serratus working. And 1 more. And hold it. And roll all the way up. We're going to untake that. Take it around 1 foot. We're slowly going to roll all the way down and just go into some nice leg circles. So the other leg can be straight and flexed heel, or if you feel that you can't find the pelvis stable, bend your knee. So you have that choice. From here, flex and point. And point. Good. Bend, reaching the heel. Now notice the leg is not 90 degrees up. Here, if we go further, we're pulling on the tendon. We're not really getting all of the back line muscles to the low back and the hamstring. So just slightly forward with a straight leg, and then bend and reach the heel. And bend and reach the heel. 2 more, bend and reach the heel. Last one, notice the elbows are stable. Point the foot and make some nice circles here. Leg circles. It should feel nicely loose in the hip socket. Reverse. Exhale, 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 and hold. Take both bands into the opposite hand. Internally rotate, let that leg cross over, keep that pelvis down, feel the IT band stretch. Flex and point at the ankle. Breathe. 2 more. Breathe. That foot is aiming towards that shoulder. Bring it in a little bit more. Get that lovely stretch. Come back to the center. Open up your band, 1 in each hand. Take the other foot, place it, sole of the foot flat, toes free, and place that foot either here or here, depending on what you feel like today, okay? So you're making sure you're not pulled in here. We don't want to hang on those tendons. Slightly forward, but the knee is straight. And we're bending and straightening for hamstrings. Bend and straighten. Sometimes what we feel good isn't getting us the whole body work that we need. So positioning is really important, because this work is not just hamstrings and calves and foot, but our back, our upper shoulders, and even our neck. 1 more time. Hold it there. Take both hands, keep them open. I forgot we've got these lovely circles we're going to do. And let that circle happen. Breathe. Check into the other leg and make sure he's not hanging out, but he's playing an active role in stability. And reverse. Circle and circle and circle around that hip socket. 2, and last one. Now put both bands in the opposite hand. Internally rotate. The hip stays down. You gently drag it so it's aiming towards your shoulder. From here, pull it towards the shoulder if you want more stretch. IT band, lower outer calf. Point, flex. They feed into each other. That network, yes? Good. 1 more time. Hold it, bring it in towards the shoulder a little more. You're not bringing the leg over. You're getting a stretch through the lateral line. Good. Back in, take that off, and we should feel pretty nice in our legs preparing for the series of 5. Again, we've warmed up the deep abs, and we want to tap into those during the next 5 exercises. Bring 1 knee up at a time in a tabletop. Take the arms to the ceiling. Give me 1 abdominal curl, just like you did earlier for the 100 prep. One leg goes out, one hand into below the knee, the other right above the ankle. You can lower, but if you feel arching, keep the leg at a higher angle. Exhale, switch, 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 switch. Keep the upper body quiet. Breathe. 3 more sets. Last set. Knees in. Keeping yourself lifted, no up and down of the upper body. Hands to the outer shins, double leg stretch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, circle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, circle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, circle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, really match the breath to your movement. Exhale, feel those deep low abdominals. And hold. One leg up, one leg out. Behind the calf, if you can straighten. If not, behind the thigh. Pulse for 2. Switch. Single straight leg. 2 more. And last one in. Slowly peel down. Take a moment, let the low legs relax. Turn your head side to side. Find the opening across your chest, your pecs, the collarbone. Breathe. Find the ribs anchored into the mat. The next 2, thread your fingers. Thumbs support the base of your neck. Your hand should be at the base of the skull. Curl up right now and find a place where you're looking at your knees. Your elbows are in your vision, and let the head relax without the hands moving. No movement here. Let the head get heavy in the hands. See if you don't feel a little bit more awakening in the deep transverse abdominals. That's where we want the head. We don't want the head pulling. We want the head resting back. Let the toes tap down. Exhale without touching the mat. Exhale. Inhale, drop, exhale. Each time you move the legs, check back into the upper body to make sure it didn't shift or drop lower. One more, going to double straight legs. Out we come, inhale. So the same work we just did now with extended legs. Breathe. Can the head get even heavier? Breathe. Exhale up. One more time. Exhale up. Bend the knees. Head is heavy. Prepare for crisscross. The inside armpit aims to the opposite knee. The elbow never crosses the face or the body. We're going to extend the same leg. Exhale, switch. You can also tell by the shoulder blade rotating into the mat. As you rotate, breathe. Breathe. The body is rotating, the rib cage, I should say, is rotating. The hips are quiet, and you're not leaning. And 3, and 3, and 2. 2, head is heavy. Last one, and hold. Drop the feet down, and come all the way back. Nice. So take your legs all the way out in front of you. Take a breath. We're going to lift head, neck, and shoulder, flex at the feet, and breathe as we roll ourselves all the way up around that spine. Let us get into some sideline pretty quick today. As we lay back onto our sides, all the way, we're just going to do the basic lift and lowers and maybe some bananas, okay? So your head can be here. We're going to take our legs at an angle from this hip crease and have them flexed. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. Find the reach of the hip away so you have a little gap at the waist. There's your neutral spine and sideline. The eyes are looking straight ahead and not up or down. Be mindful of where your spine is, and that includes your neck. Lift up, kick for 2, and point, come back. The goal of the leg work, sideline, is to move the leg, but keep us quiet from the hip to the top of the head. No movement there. Breathe. And breathe. And one more. and back. Now flex. I love to flex the ankle. Make sure you're still lifted here. Give me some circles. Your leg is back where you feel this gluteal fold, and no more than that, so that our lumbar spine stays neutral. Reverse, circle, 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 and hold. Internally rotate, point down, down. Make sure it's the femur and not just the ankle, but the whole leg is turned inward, so you should feel these abductors. Yes? 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Straighten, flex, lift the top leg no higher than the hip. The bottom leg can meet it. So if you find that you lift the leg higher, you can't meet it, and that kind of gives you a guideline of where those legs should be. Lower the bottom, lift. Lower and lift. Use your hand on the mat if you need to, but keep your shoulders stacked. And up one more time, and hold it. Both come down, both come up, and down, and lift. Hopefully you're waking up that lateral line, and up, and last one, and up. Take the top leg forward, take the arm up, pull that arm for a nice side stretch. Breathe, and let's come over to the front of our body as we get ready for some extension work. Today we'll start with dart. Our forehead looks at the mat, our hands are behind us, palms up. Heels together if they can. If that puts compression here, open the legs just a little bit. Lift the heart, eye gaze to the front of your mat. Lift the arms, lift the thighs. Pump the arms, pump, pump, pump. Breathe. And 4 and 3 and 2 and hold. Come all the way down. Notice when you lift your gluteal folds, your glutes and hamstrings are a part of this work, not just the thoracic spine. Inhale, lift, pump. This is your whole back line. And 4 and 3 and 2 and hold. Come down. One more set. Inhale, lift and pump, 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 pump. 4, 3, 2, hold. Come all the way down. Single leg kick, we're going to come in with the elbows under the shoulders. With the belly not hanging, but pulling up away from that mat, you're on the upper part of your thighs, and maybe at the hip crease. Holding it there, eyes at your mat, kick, kick, point, drop, kick, kick, point. So setup is really important before we start to move, so we make sure we're not moving in an incorrect place and putting strain and stress on the body. And last one, hold. Come down, lay on one facial cheek. Take your hands at your low back, take a couple fingers or a wrist, whatever feels good, and let the elbows rest. Open that mid-back. Legs together or slightly apart. Lift and kick, kick, kick. Point, extend. Come to the other side and kick, 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 and extend. And kick, 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 and extend. And kick, 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 and extend. Double leg kick, kick, kick. Reach, one more. Kick, 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 and reach. And come down. Take your legs a little wider. This may be difficult for you at first, and if you can't reach your feet, don't worry, stretch where you can, and if you can reach your feet, great. Bend. The knees are about the width of your shoulders. Grab behind you, the front of the foot. Grab the other foot. From here, I want you to lift your thighs up. You can keep your head down for now, and lower the thighs. Lift those thighs. Do you feel that thigh stretch, hip stretch? Beautiful. So this will be part 1. Lift, breathe, and lower. Now lift and breathe, and if you can, lift the upper body. If you can't, do part 1. And come all the way down. Lift the thighs only, lift the upper back, come back down one more time, and lift and reach, and come down. Take a leg out, hands under the shoulders, come back into a nice child's pose. Lovely, lovely stretch, reaching where we woke up and worked in our warm-up with the bands. Come over to the other side, side lying, and we're going to do that nice quick series. Head down, legs slightly forward with a little crease, finding the lift of the waist, not the ribs, but the waist. Hand down, lift. I want you to, let's lower and lift first so you can find where that lift is, no higher than the hip. And find that neutral spine, the pelvis is quiet. Your eyes are looking straight ahead, not at the ceiling, not at that distance, not that distance. You're looking nicely relaxed through the neck. Lift up, kick for 2, point 1 back, and pulse, pulse, and back, and breathe. And remember, hip to head, quiet. One more. Hold it. Flex. Give me heel circles. Feel your gluteal fold, no more than that, so that the back stays quiet and the pelvis is still in neutral. Circle and reverse. Circle, 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 and hold. Internally rotate, down, up, keeping the hips stacked. When the pelvis is quiet, you can actually feel these low obliques trigger. Breathe. But if your hips are wiggling and your upper body's moving, you miss the abdominal piece. Breathe and breathe. And be patient with yourself. You will find it. And come down. Beautiful. Take both legs straight. We're going to lift the top one just to the place where we can lift the bottom. That's pretty much where we stand, right? Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Breathe and lift. Down and lift. Maintaining that waist. Lift and lower. Last one and hold. Both come down, both come up. Hopefully you feel this all through those abductors. And breathe. Hand can rest if you need it, but keep the shoulders stacked. Last 2. Breathe. Last 1 and dropped. Forward leg. Take the arm up. Find a nice side stretch. Reach. Oh, lovely. Now we're going to come into all fours. So come down, come up, knees under the hips. You want your wrists directly under the shoulders. If you have wrist issues, you can also roll up your mat. So I'll show you today where your hands, your palms sit on the very edge and your fingertips hang off. So it really helps the compression at the wrist if you need that, okay? So from here, we're going to tuck the pelvis only and then untuck. Notice my upper back is not moving when I tuck and untuck my pelvis. And you ask, but why? Because we want to use the core, and the upper back won't let us do it if we round right now. So we want to leave that nice and quiet. Find your neutral spine. We're going to take a leg back to plank, take the other one back. So we found neutral, we found the shoulders quiet. We should be able to plank here. And if you need to come down to a forearm, come down to your forearms. Breathe, drop a knee, drop a knee. We're now going into pull front. So here we go. We're going to take a leg out. We're going to come down. We're going to find that neutral spine. We're going to lift a leg, flex the other heel, and 1, 2, 3. Drop, flex. 1, 2, 3. Drop, 1, 2, 3. Keep breathing. 1, 2, 3. And breathe. And 1, 2, 3. And breathe. And 1, 2, 3. And hold it. Drop a knee. Drop a knee. Come down and give yourself another rest. Ready to finish up with our pikes and our planks, which I love for the scapulas. So finding those scapulas, shoulder blades over the ribs, finding that pelvis from the tuck to neutral. You've got that nice anchor. Take one leg out, take the other. Tailbone only comes up to the ceiling and the ears go between the arms. Your feet can be just in line with your sit bones. Come down to a nice plank. So you're just unfolding the body. Notice if your neck is trying to do something and try not to let it. Let it be relaxed. You're only hinging from the hips and you're unhinging from the hips. And you're hinging from the hips. And you're unhinging. Good. 2 more. Breathe. And hinge. And last one. Hold it. Lower both heels and lift. Keep that engagement in the lower abdominal. Keep the ears by the arms. And last one. And hold. We're going to walk our hands backwards. Finding, wherever we can, soften your knees if you need to. Dropping your head. Slowly let the fingers just come off the floor barely. Let those shoulders relax. Can you let them hang? Very shallow joint. Let's let that relax. You've got that pelvis tuck, remember? You're coming up. That tuck is protecting your back and working your core muscles. Breathe. And come all the way up. Grab your band again, where we started, to finish up our standing. See if anything changed, if we feel any looser or taller. Our feet will be parallel. We find the wideness in that band just a little taut. You're not pulling, you're just taut. Palms reach back behind you. Open up and breathe across the front of your chest. Turn your head to one side, take a breath. Turn your head to the other. Head back to the center. Just notice if you feel any difference. Hopefully a little looser. Turn, at least that's our goal. And come back. We're going to take the band up now. Now we're past the scapula's working and we're using the upper back muscles as we just reach over to one side. No pulling, keeping the head right in that center. Breathe through the sides. Go over to the other side. Breathe. It's a lovely, lovely opening of the ribs. Lateral flexion. Oh, yes. Ooh, last one. And come back and all the way down. I hope that you feel a little bit better than when you started, a little looser, a little bit more mobile. I hope that you have a wonderful week. Stay well, take care, and until next time, I'll see you.